familiar with the County Governments Act. Is that a fair assumption for me to make?
Yes, it is.
Let's go to volume 3 of our Bado. Mr. Speaker, volume 3 of the Assembly's Bado. Go to page 19, sir, of that volume. You see there is section 30 of the County Governments Act. Right?
I'm not there yet. I'm trying to. You sent page
19 of our volume 3.
Yes.
What is the title of that section 30? Mr. Dixon Monene, what is the heading of that section as per the statute?
Functions and responsibilities of a county governor.
It talks of two things. One is functions, right?
Yes.
The other one is responsibilities, right?
Yes.
You will agree the word responsibility connotes accepting the consequences of one's actions and omissions, even as a matter of ordinary grammar, isn't it?
Sorry?
When we say the responsibility of so and so, aren't we saying, using another derivative of the word, they are responsible for the things listed there?
Yes.
Therefore, you would agree the governor is responsible, as per this section, paragraph A, for diligently executing the functions of the office. Diligence is the word used, right?
Where are you?
The requirement here is one of diligence, paragraph 2A.
Yes.
You will also agree with me, sir, as a matter of ordinary grammar, diligence connotes active engagement, not the idea of saying it wasn't me or it was the work of someone else. Doesn't it connote exercising close supervision, paying attention to detail? Does it connote detachment from the matter at hand so that I am detached? It wasn't me. It was the county secretary. It was the chief of staff. It was other officials. It wasn't me. Does this section permit a detached governor, a governor who is detached from what is happening in our own office? Either it does or it doesn't, Mr. Munene, and you are a lawyer, please.
It connotes that the governor should diligently execute the functions and exercise the authority provided for in the Constitution and legislation, the governor's authority.
So it means the governor's authority is to be exercised diligently.
Yes.
Not in a nonchalant or careless or I don't care type of approach, isn't it?
Diligently is the word.
Diligently. Let's go to paragraph 3. Before we go to 3, above there is a Roman I. Does it require the governor to ensure the discharge of any function within the county and within the provision of any services? Doesn't it mean the governor is responsible, going back to the title, for ensuring the proper discharge of all the functions of the county executive?
Which Roman?
Roman I, section 30, subsection 2, Roman I.
So what I have, it says that by a decision notified in the county gazette,
Yes.
the governor shall assign to every member of the county executive committee responsibility to ensure the discharge of any function within the county and the provision of related services to the people.
So the governor does not just assign responsibilities to CECMs or indeed any other officer. They have to ensure the discharge of the relevant function, and going to the previous section, diligently, isn't it?
Now, my understanding is that the governor shall assign to every member a responsibility. And this responsibility, it is to ensure the discharge of any function within the county and the provision of related services to the people.
Fair enough. Let's go to 3. Can you read the opening line to subsection 3?
In performing the functions under subsection 2, the governor shall.
It says the governor shall. So this section is speaking to an obligation of the governor, correct?
Yes, it is.
As a matter of fact, as the eminent lawyer you are, this is a mandatory obligation under the canons of interpreting the law, isn't it? The word shall, isn't it connoting an obligation in the nature of a mandatory duty?
It is, but no, I mean, it's I don't think it's mandatory.
Okay, we will live with that. But what does it say the governor shall do as per paragraph A?
Shall provide leadership in the county's governance and development.
The governor shall provide leadership in the county's governance.
Yes, and development.
So the governor is the leader when it comes to issues of governance in the county, isn't it?
Yes, and development.
You will agree with me, sir, the question of embezzlement of public funds is an issue in the realm of governance. Is it or is it not?
It is.
And if it is, and the statute says the governor shall provide leadership, it is not therefore open to the governor to throw junior officers under the bus when the statute says it is our responsibility. Correct or incorrect?
I have not seen that the governor has thrown junior officers under the bus.
Our defense, if you have read it, is that it wasn't me, it was someone else. And to be precise, if you want me to quote our defense, she says, if this embezzlement occurred, it occurred under the care of other officials who are independently answerable to the county assembly and who independently bear responsibility. That's the defense I'm interrogating, my learned friend. Is that defense consistent with this paragraph A, which says the governor shall provide leadership on matters of governance?
I would beg to see that paragraph that you just quoted on the governor's defense.
Oh, we'll of course show it to you, sir.
Thank you.
Just a minute, Mr. Speaker. Open my...
As you do that, Dr. Mudomi, be mindful of the time. And if it's taking longer, you can move on to the next line of your questioning.
It is, I'm about just to, only that my computer is playing games with me, but I'll find it. It is paragraph 12, Mr. Speaker. And I'm sorry we lost time on this because my learned friends shouldn't really be denying something that is in black and white. Can you read paragraph 12 of the governor's response, sir? It will be on the smaller bundle of the governor's documents, Mr. Speaker.
You mean the paragraph appearing in page 3?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you read it for us?
The impeachment motion is, therefore, a means to a selfish end by the deputy governor, who is the ultimate beneficiary if the governor is removed from office. Indeed, the bulk of the allegations against Her Excellency the Governor largely constitute matters that this Senate found the governor not to be in wrongdoing during the first impeachment by the County Assembly. In any view, many of the said allegations are essentially matters within the docket of other county officials who bear responsibility and who, in law, are subject to oversight by the Assembly.
So, sir, that last sentence is the one I'm interested in because it is one of the many defenses of the governor that say it wasn't me, it was other officials. Is that defense, sir, consistent with the responsibility of the governor under section 30, subsection 3, to provide leadership on matters of governance?
Yes, it is consistent.
Okay. Does it go to 3C? What does it say the governor shall do?
3C,
in our volume 3, we're still on section 30, sir.
okay.
Section C, subsection C of 3, what does it tell us the governor shall do?
In performing the functions under subsection 2, the governor shall promote democracy, good governance, unity, and cohesion within the county.
Now, sir, you again agree one of the responsibilities of the matters for which the governor is responsible is matters to do with governance. It is the section saying the governor is responsible for it. Correct or incorrect?
Yes, correct. Good governance.
It also talks of the governor bearing responsibility to promote unity and cohesion.
Yes, which in my opinion she has done.
Yes, but you also agree, sir, if by law this is a responsibility of the governor, if there are serious questions about governance, cohesion, and national unity, the governor can say, it wasn't me, crucify someone else. True or untrue, Mr. Munene?
This is a corrective responsibility because
No. Does it say it is a collective responsibility, or does the section say it is the responsibility of the governor?
The section says it's the responsibility of a governor,
Good.
but in other sections, there
Let's
are other,
stick to this one. We'll come to the other
there
section.
are other provisions for other leaders to promote the
Bwana
same.
Munene, you're a lawyer, you know the rules. I didn't ask about the other sections. We are talking about the governor. Let's go to the most beautiful of them, F. Can you read to the Senate? One of the things this section of the law says, the governor bears responsibility. What does it say, Adaif?
In performing the function under subsection 2, the governor shall be accountable for the management and use of the county resources.
So the law already says the governor shall be accountable. Initially, we begin with the title of the section saying it is the responsibility of the governor. And now we are being told the governor is accountable. Correct or incorrect?
That is correct.
I put it to you, sir, that based on all these legal provisions, it is not legally open to the governor to say, it wasn't me.
And my response to that is that I have not seen any provision or anywhere the governor is saying it wasn't me.
Even after you read for us telling us it is the other officials and they are independently responsible? Mr. Speaker, I'm being told it's time to proceed for lunch. Maybe you can leave it at that point.
You still have got 7 minutes to go.
Oh, good. I had then read the signal wrongly from the... Mr. Dixon.
Yes, sir.
As a lawyer, to the best of your knowledge, is the government allowed to pay for goods not paid, not supplied, or services not yet rendered? Open for me that section. 45 of the anti-corruption.
For goods and services not yet rendered?
Yes, and I'll refer to you again to our volume 3, page 51.
Just take your time. Okay.
Volume 3, Mr. Speaker of our Bados. Have you reached there, Mr. Munene?
Yes, I have.
Section 45, subsection 2 of the Anti-Corruption and the Economic Crimes Act. You will agree that law is a Chapter 6 law. Am I right or wrong? It's a law that breathes life to Chapter 6 of our Constitution. Correct or incorrect?
Sorry?
Mr. Munene.
Sorry?
Is this law the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act?
Yes,
A law founded on Chapter 6 of our Constitution?
It's a law that was enacted even before the Chapter 6 of the Constitution.
Yes, but is it one of the laws, sir, that give effect to Chapter 6 of our Constitution? Either it is or it is not.
Yes, it does.
Good, it does. Now, at Section 45, what does it tell us public agencies should not do at subsection 2, Roman 2, and Roman 3? Does it say public agencies cannot pay for goods not supplied or supplied in full?
Sorry?
Does it forbid at page 51, Mr. Munene, the county government of Meru from paying for goods not supplied or supplied in full?
It says an officer or person whose functions concern the administration, custody, management, receipt, or use of any part of the public revenue or public property is guilty of an offense if the person fraudulently makes payment or excessive payment from public revenues for substandard or defective goods, for goods not supplied or not supplied in full, or services not rendered or not adequately rendered.
I am interested in payment for goods not supplied.
Fraudulent payment.
Yes. Of course, the Assembly's case is that these were fraudulent payments. We'll come there, sir. But you agree this section forbids advance payments for goods not paid, or rather supplied, and services not yet rendered.
For goods not supplied or not supplied in full.
So does that prohibit prepayment? On its face, either it does or it does not.
My understanding is that it prohibits payment for goods not supplied or not supplied in full.
So, on the IFMI's extract, when the IFMI says these are prepayments, 107 of them, isn't a prepayment a payment for goods not supplied or services not rendered
Prepayments are for the interests.
Yes, sir, but you
Recurrent
have only
expenditure.
adduced a few interests out of the 107 transactions. You've only adduced interest for less than 10.
Because that was your particulars of the charge, which we responded to.
Let's
the
go, sir,
particulars.
to the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act. Section 46. If you can read it for the Senate.
No. It should be this document. Sorry, it's in volume 3?
Mr. Speaker, I don't believe that one was printed. It's section 146 of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act.
You want the witness to read it out, the provisions of that particular section?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, the witness is a lawyer. There should be no hardship.
Okay. So in part. Yes, it's on advance payment.
And what does it say?
No works, goods or services contract shall be paid for before they are executed or delivered and accepted by the accounting officer of a procuring entity or an officer authorized by him or her in writing, except where so specified in the tender documents and contract agreements. So there is an exemption. Such an advance
Because there
payment-
is an exemption, many laws have an exemption.
Thank you.
In that note, we need to stop at that note. It's time to adjourn. You will pick it up from there in the afternoon.
Much obliged.
Dr. Tangoli will have a balance of 30 minutes when the session resumes in the afternoon to continue with your cross-examination. And Honorable Senators, it is now 1:15 p.m. time to adjourn the Senate. The Senate therefore stands adjourned until today at 2:30 p.m.
This whole proceeding or this whole sitting and the hearing will be taking place. Remember, after the sitting starts at 9 a.m. or once the chair is taken, the members will be retreating to have a pre-hearing meeting of the senators in a closed door session. Then they will be resuming to the chambers at around 11 according to the order of business for the day, and then the hearing will be open to the public. But a look at what exactly this governor faces is that when the Senate received the resolutions from the County Assembly pursuant to Standing Order 80 over the House on the procedure for removal of a governor, is that within 7 days after receiving notice of a resolution from the Speaker of a County Assembly supporting the removal of a governor of a county, of course, pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution, there are two options. The Speaker of the Senate shall convene a meeting of the Senate to hear the charges against the governor, and in this case, the House can make a resolution on whether to hear these proceedings or these accusations at a committee stage, or at plenary. And what we understand is that the House on Tuesday resolved to have these matters investigated and determined at the plenary. So today marks the beginning of the official hearing over the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the governor of Meru County. And like I told you earlier, is that the Speaker will be getting into the chambers, give a communication, of course, guiding the House on how this whole process will take place, and the senators will be retreating to a closed session. I now hand you over to this live broadcast. Good morning.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we beseech you to behold with abundant favor and blessings us, your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to leadership positions in this republic. We seek guidance to treat and consider all matters that shall come under deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you've committed. Clerk, do we have quorum? Sergeant at Arms, kindly ring the quorum bell for 10 minutes.